Features Incorporated, that is. This is my submission to G2Q. I am a Super Monkey Ball 2 speedrunner. I mainly speedrun story mode all levels, the main category of the game. And I've been speedrunning for 5 or 6 months. It's the first game I ever learned. It's really fun, and I put a lot of time into it, and I think I'm improving fast. Anyway, let's hop right in. Watch as I expertly, like a speedrunner, enter the name GDQ into the file select screen, and time entering it to get the fastest load. Boom. Look at that! Look at that! That actually was a fast load. Totally luck. Usually I have a timer that helps. Whatever, don't worry about it. It saves like a second. Or 2, maybe. Anyway, here's simple. Now, this level may be called simple and may look like it's just a straight path to the goal, but it's actually very easy to fail. I'll explain that in a bit once we have a free moment. So at the start of every level, we actually boost left and right, or on the walls if we can, if it's faster, in order to go faster. This is true because moving diagonally in the game is actually faster than moving straight forward. And going off walls, you use the momentum, like a ramp, in order to pick up speed. Alright, Bumpy. This is a good example of where we can use this, actually. If we pick up enough speed, we can bounce across Bumpy with a little bit of RNG in a way that's fast enough to go right into the goal, which I think Oh! Yeah! I exited game. Perfect timing, actually. Let's explain that right now. You can actually accidentally exit the game, because every time I finish a level, I scroll past the exit game button in order to go to the stage select menu, which is the fastest way to get out of each level. We don't wait for the cutscene to play out, we just go to stage select. A lot faster. The risk is you can exit game every time. See, I passed right over it. That's great, actually. That's great. Alright, that'll probably be the only exit game of the run, hopefully, maybe. So yeah, we'll basically do that every level where we can. Just this boosting on wall boosting and like frame boosting business. There's a third type of boosting called air boosting, which we'll use like later in the run. I'll explain it then. Anyway, as I was saying, there actually is a way to fail. Simple. Aside from exiting game, that would be kind of a failure too, but because we go to stage select the moment we pass through the tape, if we do that a little bit too early, like before we fully pass through the tape, we can actually stage select so fast we don't complete the level, which means we go back to the stage select and then have to do the level again, doing it twice, which saves a lot of time, which is the opposite of what it does. It loses a lot of time. That's called first framing. Simple is actually the hardest level in the game because it's really easy to first frame because you're so confident and cocky that you just stage select early and then you lose. You reset. But I can't reset because this is GDQ. Well, this isn't the real GDQ. This is just a simulation, as one would call it. Did I remember to start the splits? I did. Look at me. I'm a professional speedrunner. It doesn't go against my GDQ potential, though, because someone else starts the splits, I think, at GDQ. They totally do, yes. Anyway, this level is, despite the fact that it didn't really have a real obstacle, I managed to lose time there. Don't worry about it. Ah, this level's really cool. This is one of the levels in the game that actually relies on cycles to be faster in it. See, at the end of this stage, there's an elevator that goes up and down. If we're able to turn these corners tightly enough and do the level as efficiently as possible, we can get to the end of the level at the first cycle, which is when the elevator is going up, before you miss it. If you get there too late, you have to wait for the elevator to come back down again, and you lose 10 seconds. So I got a nice little clip there, which allowed me to bounce really fast across that corner. So I should be able to get there fast enough. Yes? I think so. Yes! So I was able to get there fast enough in order to catch the first cycle, which is way faster than having to wait for the elevator. So World 2 is actually where we introduce a big tech that we use throughout the entire run called pause framing, or pause buffering, as it's called. I'll explain that when we get to it, but there's a lot of history and lore behind pause framing, and controversy, so stay tuned for that. That kind of looked like a first frame, actually. It was! There we go! We get to show it off! So see, I stage selected a little bit too early there. It really looked like I was through that goal tape, let me tell you. It happens to the best of us, though, right? So I have to do the stage again. Loses as much time as it takes to complete the stage. That's incredible. That wasn't even intentional. I managed to show off 2 of the things I actually explained. You don't even have to use your imagination. Luckily, that didn't lose a lot of time because it was a short level. Could have been a lot worse, though. If you first frame a long level, you have to do the entire thing again, no matter what. Anyway, upcoming is the first pause strat. Basically, in order to complete a level in a really fast way, an impressive-looking way, we're going to pause in order to look at certain cues on the timer to choose when to enact certain inputs. Here it comes. So if I hold up left directly on my controller until 5860, or 58 works too, and then I bounce off this here coaster, I can sail right into the goal really fast. And that's a lot faster than going through the entire coaster, for sure. yeah, that was cool. The 58 frame is actually a little bit harder to use. You have to do more maneuvering, but as long as you know a little bit about how the monkey falls in this game, that's Bumpy Check for you, though, actually. Bumpy Check is one of those levels where we actually kind of do it the way it was supposed to be done. I think you can go through the middle, in theory. And it's just a thin platform. And it relies a bit on collision to complete, so it can be a little bit difficult, but it's a bit of my arch nemesis, you know? I've been doing Bumpy Checks since the beginning of my speedrun career. Basically the same way the entire time. And it still finds a way to trick me, make me look like a fool. Not this time, though. Well, yes, this time, but I only failed it once, so that's good. Oh, here's air boosting. I'm going to introduce air boosting on this level. Basically, whenever you're in the air, you actually move faster than when you're on the ground, since there's less friction. So in this stage, we use a ramp on this gravity slider to fly really high into the sky, and then get to the goal as fast as possible since we're in the air. I actually didn't do air boosting there, which I wanted to introduce, but because I had to use a different variation of the strat. But essentially, you want to be in the air as long as possible, which is an important bit of information for later. Whenever you're in the air, you're going faster if you have the opportunity to do it. This is a pretty cool strat. If you move the right way, you can fly right into the goal here in Inchworms. It requires moving forward and then left and doing it like a broad turn. As long as you set it up the same way, it works every time, which is really cool. For a strat that doesn't require pauses or anything. Here's another pause strat. I paused to 73 or 71. Both work in different ways, which are, yeah. Yeah, it just works. Don't worry about it. And the final level of World 2. There actually is a pause strat here. I believe how many pauses, someone in the chat could tell me how many pauses it requires, because I actually don't know it offhand, because I don't use it yet, for a long time. But it allows you to pause in a certain way, which allows you to fly across this level and complete it faster. Though it requires many pauses, it doesn't save a lot of time. Triple pause strat. So you have to use 3 different frames in order to complete it. Pretty difficult. Lots of really talented runners at the top, though, use frames like that to save a little bit of time. It can be consistent, but every second counts, right? Organic form here is one of those levels where you want to be in the air a little bit, so you can, like, not have to use the friction of the platform to get across. It can be a little bit dicey, though, so I'm glad I didn't die. Or party ball. See, when you go through the goalpost, party balling is when you don't go through the goal tape, which is what you're supposed to go through. Instead, you hit that large golden ball. That looks pretty appetizing, but you don't want to touch it. In most stages, you can't actually touch it because you're on the ground, but whenever you're flying, it's a big risk. Because it will just bounce you in any which direction it wants. Except when it's feeling nice. If it's feeling nice, it'll actually just count as a win if you touch the party ball. That's called a glitch goal. Which is where you hit the party ball, but you still somewhat pass through the tape, I believe. And you somehow complete the level still. And now it's stepping stones right there. I have to rely on a bit of bounces and tight turns to finish that level. Mostly movement based. Oh, here's my favorite pause strat in the run, I think. Yeah, because I've known this one for a long time. Basically, I pause at a certain frame here, and then hold down right in order to fly up, using the force of the dribble. And that allows me to fly right to where the goal is by bouncing across another dribble. Saves a lot of time if I'm doing the level casually. This strat is cool. This URL here. Funny story about this URL. It's a really old game, right? So usually the URL's down. Although I swear, no one will believe me. But when I was first running this game, I tried the URL and it took me to a website. Although it was a pretty broken looking website, so maybe that's what everyone sees. It might have just been the website that tells you that the website's down, but point is totally sorry for yelling. Point is totally worth looking at that URL. Everyone should try it at home. Thank you. That was funny. You know, it was a little fast strat where we try to fly through the air instead of on the ground. Saves a little bit of time, like half a second, I believe. So on this stage, it's actually faster to take one of the thinner paths, so they take you to a more direct line into the goal. I actually usually pick the thicker path in my normal runs, but I feel like, you know, that's a little bit too lame for GDQ, you know? We gotta step it up a little bit. I'm glad that worked. I usually die. Beginner's luck, as they say, for people like me who have been running the game for like 5 months. Might be less. Might be more. I'm not really good at counting. Which is why I don't run like a math game or something. That'd be ridiculous. Anyway, so Twister's a pretty simple level usually. You just boost and try to pick up some speed and then use a little clip to get to the end of the stage, but if you get there too slow, you'll get caught in the Twister and you're stuck. You'll probably die. Not in real life, of course. Just in the game. You might die of embarrassment, though. Heyo. It is a rather easy level. Except when it's not. Oh, you're gonna speedrun some Brawl, Baruch? Alright, good luck. Have fun with that. Speedrunning is good. That's what I do. I'm a speedrunner. I'm such a speedrunner, I even talk fast. Which might, I mean, you know, faster conversations, dude. Text skip. It's a real thing. Wow, we saved time that split. There we go. Look at this run. This run actually could still PB by a decent bit. So that's really cool. Alright. I feel like starting this world, inside the whale, is a good time to explain some controversy in the Super Monkey Ball community. See, I was talking to you earlier about pause strats, where you pause the game in order to enact certain precise inputs. Well, some people feel that we'll use pause strats a little bit too much, and it takes away from playing the game. So, to satisfy those people, I'm going to be doing a stage called Dynamic Maze Pauseless. And basically, it's a stage that relies a little bit on RNG and a tight jump in order to complete without pausing. So, I might not get it. Hopefully I do, to prove a point about, I don't know, something. Monkey politics. It's pretty hard to understand when you're new to it. Trust me, though. It's important. Alright, here we go. So, pause stream will let you consistently get this, but I might need some good luck and some good skill here to complete this stage. Here we go! Yes? Alright, that was actually almost all the way. Optimally, we go right to the goal, but that was actually pretty good. It took us close enough that we can just kind of wait a second and go in. Yeah, but that relies on luck and a pretty precise hit, too, so... But, in theory, if I go right in without pausing, I save time, because whenever you pause, you lose a little bit of time, so take that, pause cheaters. I'm gonna learn the frames really soon. Not yet, though. Not until I stop being stubborn. Launches is pretty cool. We do an interesting movement here to fly right into, like, the first cycle of these launches being moved. See? And the trick here is actually to ride along the launchers, or the tower, as much as you can, to pick up more friction. Because the slower you ascend to the top of the tower, the more control you have and the faster you can get in the goal. I didn't do that very well. I actually did not pick up a lot of friction, and I got, like, what, a 46? But with that strat, you can get, like, a 50 if you're really fast, which is cool. Randomized, you can pretty much walk forward the entire time, right up until the end. So that's a pretty easy level, which is nice. There is a more advanced strat where you move a bit to the right to complete the level, but you know, we're not running advanced, so we're not gonna do advanced strats here, all right? Little pause frame here, so we can time hopping into one of these goals here. Woo! There's a little bit of adjusting too, so I guess there's room for error even with the pausing. Just goes to show, you know, cheaters never win, and winners never cheat. I like pause frames. I don't actually think they're cheating. That is a running gag. So I will front, because my chat is actually filled with pause cheers right now. Watch out. I won't name any names. Sorry, guys, for throwing you under the bus. Didn't name any names, though, so it's okay. This frame should still work. There we go. Sweet. Alright, we're actually entering the last level that we complete in Whale. We did a little bit of load manip a little bit there earlier. Load manipulation. Where if you skip this stage, which I skipped earlier, until the end of the run, the end of the world, I should say, the load of the next cutscene is actually a little bit faster. This is because this stage is the longest stage in the world, so while the stage plays out, the cutscene is loading. So you get a faster load if you do this one last. Because this one will always be long no matter what. But if we do it last, we can save some cutscene time. A little bit of manipulation there. Alright. Not too bad of a whale, actually. Oh, here comes the next RNG pause strat, but like pauseless. See, most people pause to get this consistently, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go for it. And you know, if I have some good luck and good skill, it'll work. This is the last example of me not doing a pause strat, relying on pure luck to complete it. Oh, baby! There we go! That's why that's faster, baby! That might not have even saved time, because that wasn't the perfect way to get up there, but man, we got that clip, son. That's always exciting, man, I tell you. Partly because it relies on luck. Again, that's good luck right there. So, you know, half the time, alright, out of 2 pause strats, out of 2 pauseless pause strats, I got 1. That's pretty good, you know? I think that makes up for all the suffering. You know? I don't know. It's just like, you know, it feels like I deserve it more. I'm just kidding so hard. I'm so close to learning those strats. I'm just a little bit stubborn. Because once again, in theory, they're faster when you get them. You know, the 1% of the time where you get them optimally. I'm just having fun, though. It's a minor difference, believe me. But there is, I'm not joking about controversy in the community over pausing. Some people do not like the amount of pausing, which I get, But whatever's fastest, right? That's the speedrunner way. So these levels are actually pretty straightforward. Amusement park's a pretty straightforward world, you know? A lot of it's pure movement, not actually a lot of boss strats. I think I have none, actually, currently, in this world, which is cool. I actually just learned that finishing setup there. We go right into the goal. Before I did the coward's way out, where I, like, go slow and wait for things to happen. Oh, this here actually is probably the hardest level in this world. Falling strats usually elude me, actually. I did a level called Free Fall earlier, first try, which is lucky, but typically when it requires me falling into the goal, I struggle a little bit. Because the camera just doesn't feel natural, you know? It doesn't look like your monkey goes where your monkey goes. Right there, the party ball actually saved me. The party ball actually just saved my life right there. It launched me into the air, but I was able to get back in from that bounce, so thanks, party ball. I mean, obviously I would have gone right in the goal if the party ball didn't exist, which would have been faster, but still. Better than the party ball sending me to some other dimension. Some completely different game universe. Mario or something, I don't know. You know how party balls are. Well, yeah, take my word for it. I'll get party balled for you at some point during this run so you guys understand. I mean, I talked about first framing, and then I first framed. I talked about exit a game, and then I exit a game. So, now that I've talked about being party balled, that'll probably happen too, so you get to see that, which is pretty cool. All in all, though, this was actually a pretty good World 5, so I'm pretty happy with this. I think I'll save time here. I will, actually. Wow. Imagine PBing. Imagine actually getting better at this game. It's hard, actually. A lot of respect to everyone who runs it, except me. Because that would be silly. I don't know what about that is silly. Super Monkey Ball and Super Mario Bros. Do have the same initials, that's right. Mouth in the chat. His name's, I'm not calling all my chat members Mouths. His name's actually Mouth, I swear. SMB, that's right. Super Monkey Ball, Super Mario Bros, Super Meat Boy. I think they're all in the same universe, that's my theory. Along with Fortnite and Avengers Infinity War. I have a video about it, but I won't link that now, that'd be advertising. Alright, here's one of the hardest strats in the run for me, I would have to say. This is Opera. I believe lots of people talk about how much they hate Opera. I do too. Although it's treated me pretty nice lately. But what it requires here is 2 different pause frames. There's the first one. The next one should be right around the corner. Oh, I actually needed 3, but this backup is... Oh, what the... Oh, jeez. Goodness gracious. Alright, that's fine. Opera can take a couple tries, but it's tough strat. I learned this actually fairly early on in my speedrun career, and it has killed so many of my runs. Once you get the frame, you're usually in there, though. I'll take it. Couple failed frames, but they don't lose too much time. Oh, this level's cool. This level's actually really well designed. See, there's this, like, spinning thing, and it, like, spins really fast. And, like, you have to reply... Alright, anyway, it's over. I tell you, that's speedrunning, though, right? Us speedrunners, you know, we don't really enjoy video games. We try to finish them as fast as possible so we don't have to deal with them anymore. Kinda sucks, if you ask me. You know what else sucks? We actually skip cutscenes in this speedrun. How ridiculous is that? How are we supposed to play this game if we don't know why we're playing it, you know? Like, without the cutscenes, you wouldn't even know that there's this guy called Dr. Bad Boon who is blackmailing Ai and his friends into getting Mimi to marry him. He does this by detonating bombs, turning them tiny and putting them in soup, creating a giant space laser that'll make all bananas taste like curry. I mean, I kind of like curry, but I guess monkeys don't because they really do not like that. When he mentions the curry, they go ape. Oh, they go ape? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. No, you don't have to clap, really. I mean, like, if you do, though, that'd be cool. I wouldn't know. Like, you wouldn't have to tell anyone, because, you know, you're watching this video from far away and stuff, but it was pretty funny. I'm playing a game about monkeys, and I said, go ape. Alright, anyway, got a little bit distracted. Anything exciting happened while I was talking about that? I think I did a falling strat into a goal. Here's Switch Inferno. One button works. Well, there's a couple that work. We have it memorized. We're speedrunners. We hate video games. Another 20-minute opera. Go. Hey, actually, the opera was pretty fast. Despite your cursed mouth, everything turned out okay. Hey, folders. This level's actually fairly straightforward, but I've been messing it up a lot lately, so, you know. I guess, sometimes things that are straight are actually curvy. No! 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 Every time, dude. It's not that hard, man. Alright. That's my death tax. You have to die on one silly level in the run in order to PB. Them's the rules, to be honest. I hate to say it. Still, all in all, a decent boiling pot. And we can still PB. PB's a 3253. I can get 3247. Hey-o. Let's PB in the GDQ vid. Oh, this is my favorite world in the run. I love World 7. I liked it when I was a kid, too. mostly because a lot of levels are really fun to play. They're all kind of like movement based, you know? Not a lot of pause strats in this world either. I believe I use one. Yes, on a level called Civ. But yeah, there are a lot of really cool strats in this run. I'll have to explain them all separately. Oh wait, no, I use another one on a level called Obstacle. But basically, in each level, you kind of just like use the levels like movement-based platforming in order to get to the level faster. Like here's another thin path. We take the path that's like the closest to the goal. It wasn't the thinnest path, but there was a thinner path that was the same distance away, so you know, we play it safe. No need to be extra swag for no reason, right? Totally should have done that though. I wish I thought of that. Dang it. Here's a pause frame. Don't worry about it. Just skipping the level. I hate video games. You know how it is. Alright. Oh, this level's cool. Actually, I really like this one as a kid for some reason. It's like, I don't know. It's one of the only levels that's like real objects, you know? There's these dominoes here and they just kind of like fall down. You gotta get around them faster or else they block your path. I struggled with it a lot as a kid too. I thought I had to like actually follow the dominoes, but turns out you can just go around. Go outside the stage. Pretty great, huh? Alright. I forgot to do the pause frame. I'll show it. I'll show it. I can usually get it, so shouldn't be too hard to show off. We pause, we wait until here, wait until 93. Oh. I paused again, which unpaused. I cheated too hard, I guess. 91 works. Alright. 91, then 53, 73. Alright, then left until, I believe, 53. And then, nope, that does not work. Alright. I really don't like going left. The left route is very difficult. For me, I find. I can usually get it. This is a new strat for me, actually. I just learned it today, so it can cause me a little bit of difficulty. If I fail it again, I'll just go for it normally like I usually do. Dang it. Alright, alright. So it's optimally, you launch the second half of the stage, where you can launch really fast through the third part. You still have to dodge the Civ that flies by, which makes the strat pretty difficult. I was having a little bit of trouble getting the frame there, so I didn't want to get stuck on that forever, but that's a bit of a shame. That's a new strat. I'll have that practiced for next time anyway. I thought I'd introduce it now since it's cool. Doing Civ normally. Well, I mean, it's not even that much faster, but, you know. I guess I just like to cheat, but that was my karma. That was the karma coming back to me for all the cheating, to be honest. It really is a shame. I like a little pause strat. We just choose a certain frame in order to get a good timing to fly right through the stage. That is probably one of the most helpful pause strats in the run, actually. Without that, it takes pretty much the entire timer to get to the end of the level. But that allows you to skip across the entire thing, which is great. I'm going to go for a strat called Fast Double Spiral here. I usually can't get it, so I won't say that I usually can. Like I lied last time, but... Well, I mean... you know, it depends on how Double Spiral feels about you on a given day, you know? Whether it likes you or not. Oh, there we go. Oh, don't say there we go too early. Alright, second try. I'll take that. I believe I was supposed to do Double Spiral last, but I kind of forgot the load manip, but that's alright. What does the load manip save anyway? It's really cheating when you think about it. I'm sorry to just keep bringing up the C word, but I mean, we're skipping the cutscenes first of all, which is kind of lame, and then we're making them skip even faster by switching the level order. Like, play them in order, man. You know. Anyway, oh, this is like my favorite strat in my favorite world. So I guess this is my favorite level. Basically, I do a little boost here and clip off this little ledge, which allows me to fly across this ring, using the momentum to cross the entire level. And then get into the goal. Red goal, too, for extra points. This is a point speedrun, by the way, in case you weren't paying attention. It doesn't matter that I'm behind on time. I'm getting a lot of points. You guys saw that. Like, I went through the red goal. The red goal is the most valuable goal. Gives you the most points. In challenge mode, it lets you skip levels, which is the fastest way to play it. But in story mode, just points. But, you know, we like points here, right? I mean, remember, original games like, you know, like Pac-Man, Galaga, Dig Dug, you know, you fight for points there. Takes you back. This game actually was originally an arcade game, so it kind of makes sense. Alright, we're entering World 8. World 7 is a really tough world, by the way. You can really lose time in that world. If you go for all the hardest strats, it's definitely really tough. It's a friendly looking world too, so it's very tricky. This world looks evil, and it is evil, by the way. Clock tower, pistons, you gotta dodge along these narrow platforms while avoiding these giant things that'll launch you into the stratosphere. Soft frame, well, I mean, stage themed off of ice cream, but trust me, it has some tricks. If you don't get this angle correctly, sometimes it can just kind of shove you off to somewhere you don't want to be. But we got it, so that's good. Oh, this strat's really cool. This is actually the fastest way you can do momentum. There is a pause strat that's slightly more consistent, but slower. Basically, we get on this wall to pick up some speed. And then we cross here, and we go through this narrow passageway. There we go! Let's go. I'm really proud of that strat, actually. It is the fastest. There's a bunch of ways you can do that level, but... just doing that narrow passageway and gaining some speed is the fastest. And this is probably the hardest non-pause strat in my run. If I get first try, you guys owe me a soda. There you go, GDQ staff. I hate to say it, but, that's gonna have to be Dr. Pepper for me. I'm not sponsored or anything, sorry. Never mind. Unnamed soda. No name brand. Awesome, dude. Actually, see, I'm really proud. I'm really happy about that. Getting Entangled Path first try. I'm not kidding. That's, like, one of the hardest strats in the run. I mean, like, you have to launch across that stage. And then fly into the goal at a weird angle. Luckily, I was able to get it, though. I made it look easy. I did it so fast. Or maybe you missed it because you blinked or something. I don't know. Can happen. Load manip. We remember to cheat. That's good. Cheating is illegal. I don't know, man. I never cheated, you know. I didn't cheat on my tests in school. I never used cheat codes in video games. But I became a speedrunner and I just met the wrong people. Goes to show, you know. It's about who you hang out with. Alright. So we're actually close to finishing up World 8. Pretty difficult world, although it actually went really smoothly for World 8. Actually, have we died yet? Wait, did we not die? Is this a Deathless World 8? Oh, wait, hold up. Are we saving time? What kind of run is this? This little clip at the end here can be a little bit finicky, but we got it. I don't think I actually have talked about collision RNG yet, and we're almost done the run. That's funny. Basically, whenever you hit a bump or a hole, the ball should bounce, theoretically, right? But on some frames, it just doesn't bounce. You will zorp right over collision. Zorp right over bumps in the ground. Some people say that collision only works on certain frames. Other people say that it's based on how fast you're going. But it can help or hinder you, you know? Sometimes you want to get a bump so you can skip a part of the run and, like, get somewhere high up that you couldn't get to normally. Or sometimes you don't want a bump so you can just, like, not fly into the sky or fall off the stage, so... it helps or harms you. It really is RNG, though. But not really, because it's not a randomly generated number, but, you know, we're not stickler for details like that. I know a couple people who are, but, you know. I know a lot of people. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I'm like the ninja of Monkey Ball, basically. Sorry. Bad reference. Oh, hey, there's a falling strat. A little bit of a tight angle, though. You can usually get it consistently, though. It's all about just positioning the ball in between those two goalposts. But you don't go straight in, so it's a little bit difficult. This strat's cool. You just do the way the level was intended and don't die, hopefully. It's a very difficult level, actually, to do casually. There's a lot that can go wrong, but it's all about timing. World 9 actually has a really cool pause strat coming up. It's a triple pause strat, which we only tried to use earlier with Civ 5, Sid Meier's. But I find myself, I am actually decent at guillotine over Civ, so don't worry, we can count on that one. First try, in fact, but let's make it a promise. Ugh, we can't promise that kind of stuff. Jeez. I can't promise I'll finish simple first. Ah! I can't even promise I'll finish simple first try. Why are we promising we'll do guillotine first try? It's called guillotine, man. That's not a nice name. That's a name of murder. Or execution, which is murder, but it's illegal, you know? I guess. I don't know. Some of these levels actually have some pretty spooky names, you know? There's like a level with like floating platforms. It's called totalitarianism. It's like really political and scary for a monkey game, but... oh, here comes guillotine. Alright, 3 pauses and you're about to see something amazing. Pause number 1. Pause number 2. No! I missed the first frame. The last frame. The last frame. I last framed. It's like the opposite of first framing. Dang, I didn't pause again. I keep like accidentally unpausing right in the last minute. That's a shame. I talked too much about it. Jinxed it, as one of my kind, well appreciated, loved viewers would say. Though I don't believe in Jinx, you know. Terrible Pokemon too. Frail, Ice and Psychic, who needs it? Okay. Just do it carefully now. Okay? I just can't pause quickly right now. Hands are sore. I just gotta stop talking about levels like I know how to do them. This is my first playthrough, by the way. This is my first Let's Play of Super Monkey Ball. Don't worry about it. I'm just pausing randomly. It's, I don't know. It's what I want to do here. Wow. Pausing's actually really hard, though. It is really hard to press one button really fast. By the way, if I can just justify that. I mean, you know, you have to press it like... You have to press it and then... Whoa! Look at that! Load minute. If you get all 3 frames in a row, yeah. You know, you see some serious magic happen. Where you get slapped into the goal. It's like the giant comb slap, but it actually helps you. Well, whereas in I don't think I actually talked about the giant comb slap. I played a level called Giant Comb a long time ago. Don't worry about it. There are some levels in this game that feel extra bad to die on, you know, because they kind of just like hit you with the slap of disrespect, you know. Disrespectful slap. Animal abuse, really. We were talking about PETA earlier. What? He's still alive? Heck yes! Thank you, Raccoon, for not using swear words during the GDQ submission video. Good. I didn't even warn them beforehand. These are just like the community. This is the community. This is the community I foster. Oh, never mind. I said the F-R-I-C-K word. Forget it. You were on such a good streak there, Raccoon, I tell you. Alright, final level in World 9. We're actually coming up to the last world in the game, which is fairly difficult. Lots of triple frame pause strats, and even a quadruple frame pause strat, which I might go for once. Although I'm pretty new to it too, so seeing how Civ went, we'll see. Anyway, we'll try. We always try our best. Let's have an awesome sweat victory. Don't worry about that split title, actually. No, I just realized you guys see my splits. Don't worry, no splits at GDQ, it's okay. Sweat victory. I know how to spell the word sweet, I swear. It's just, you know, you can get really nervous when you're on the final split. That's why we have a rag, though. I'm bad. It's okay, Raccoonzilla. Everyone slips up sometimes. Alright, here we go. This is a triple frame pause strat, by the way. This level is really tedious if you do it the casual way. It takes up most of the timer, so this is a very useful strat. Dang it, that was really close. I didn't get the frame I wanted, so I had to improvise and just adjust to make it. Almost did, actually. There is actually extra frames you can use if you don't get the frame you want, but I just prefer to, you know, do it pauseless. The way the monkey gods intended. Okay, that was also not the frame I wanted. Alright, focus. Okay, focus. The trick to accurately pausing to the frame you want is actually kind of avoiding having to one frame pause, which is where you're one frame off of the frame you need, so you have to pause really fast, because that can be very difficult, and sometimes your hand slips. Like, see, I went from 16 right to 11, which is the frame I needed. I skipped like 3 frames there. Oh, I had the frame I wanted, I still failed the adjustment. That's rough. But yeah, trick to pausing fast is actually kind of not overthinking it. If you just get kind of close to the frame you want, and yeah, just do a long pause, and you kind of just get it. It's something you get a feel for over time. But yeah, there we go. Jeez. Gimmick is a very difficult level. This used to plague my runs. I can usually get first try nowadays. But when I first learned it, man. It's kind of like 4 levels in one, you know? But not really. You have to do 3 different pause strats. That's 3 different places where things can go wrong. But you get better with time. Nice rack attack emote. I tell you, this guy named Raccoonzilla in my chat is using the Twitch Global Raccoon emote. I love it. Glad you discovered it. That was a level where I kind of just like fall into the goal there. Say, this one's pretty fast too. A couple really fast like pauseless strats in the stage world, which is really cool. But a lot of the levels you have to are very long without a long series of pauses. This strat's really cool, actually. This 3D maze usually takes a long time to complete. You have to go all the way around it as it rotates. But with one simple pause, you can very simply complete it, actually. Check it out. Woo! Just kind of roll up and fly into the goal. Feels amazing, man, as they say. Alright, Labyrinth. Oh, Labyrinth! Now this is my strat. Alright, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna build up hype right now. This is my strat. It's pauseless, it's precise, and kind of blind. But I just really like it. I learned it really early on. And I... there it is. The thing about Labyrinth is, I always get it when I'm on PB pace. But I don't get it when I'm on a dead run, so... This is is an unfortunate situation we find ourselves in. Ah, we got the second try though. We'll take it. We take those. First try would have been faster, but you know what else would have been faster? Using cheat codes. Teleporting at the end of the game. Do you want to be a cheater, or do you want to be a speedrunner? That's the question. Trick question. They're the same thing. Alright, let's give one attempt at Postmodern Frames. And now I'll just do it this cool, fast, pauseless way I've discovered. It's not as fast, but it gets the job done. Come on. This is a quadruple frame perfect pause strat, so if I get it, you guys owe me a soda again. Alright, I didn't get it. Alright, let's just do it my way. So without pausing, you can actually ascend these staircases pretty fast. See, you're in a ball, so usually ascending staircases is like really, really difficult for you. But if you clip on these stairs the right way, you can kind of soar up them. Use your bounces appropriately, and, well, they don't call it postmodern for nothing, you know. Modern art, am I right? It's not fun. The pause strat that I was trying to use there, it's quadruple frame perfect. It's 4 different pauses they have to use. And it allows you to teleport, like, bounce right up to the top of that there staircase tower and into the goal. Takes only 9 seconds in game time, and with the pauses, it takes 15 seconds over like that 30-second little level I did there. So yeah, saves a lot of time. It's tough though, definitely. Pausing requires a lot of practice and focus, but also relaxation. Boy, is it a tough paradox of things you need to remember. All right, come on, Invisible. Let's take this run back, dude. And PB, I can still do it, I swear. This is a triple frame perfect. This is a triple frame perfect pause strat with a little bit of adjustment at the end. So I'd actually argue it's harder than Postmodern. It has less frames, but the end is also fairly difficult. I have to like play the game and cheat. It's terrible. Alright, focus. It's all about just like being the pause button. There we go. Become the pause button. Link your mind with your controller. There we go, baby! Normally you'd have to cross that invisible chasm by going along platforms you can't even see, which would be very hard to do, you know, going on platforms you can't see. Of course, I haven't memorized because I only learned that strat a couple weeks ago, but let me tell you, it's a lot faster to pause. Gotta go slow to go fast sometime. That's the speedrunner way. Speaking of speedrunner way, the time actually ends right here. As I go through this goal, I'll hit the split button, the run will be over. This is the final level in the game, based off the name of the company, created by AV. And thank you for watching. That's Super Monkey Ball 2. Story mode. A really fun run, and I like it a lot. And I can definitely improve and be a lot faster. I mean, my PB right now is a 32:53, and that puts me on top 20 on the leaderboards, but I play this game almost every day, and I want to improve a lot, especially before GDQ time. Thank you for your consideration. Thanks for watching, and, yeah, you know, life's a barrel of monkeys. Now that's a good outro right there. Alright, we'll stop recording.